Hello, Rod here with another No Man's Sky video. This time I'm decorating my freighter. I'll show you how I built some of that lighting, with attached billboard of course. And generally how to get that cyberpunk feel. How to set up your pill lights to get that nice spotlight colour feel. A nice plant area with a lot of light in there so you can see it clearly. I'm going to go up those stairs and head to one of the private quarters. And the last thing I'll show you in the video is how to build this bathroom. But let's go back downstairs and head to the first bit. The first thing we're going to do is make a selection of pill lights. You don't have to do this for your build, but as lighting is so limited, different sized pill lights have different effects. One being the smaller they are, the less intense that white bit of light is. As you can see from the three examples there, the blue bleed is slightly less as well, but the smaller the pill light, the easier it is to hide. So if you want to do it, what you need to do is do the scaled cache glitch, which involves selecting your pill light, hitting triangle and square at the same time, copying the shrunk locker, and hitting triangle and R2 at the same time. Don't worry if you don't get it first time, just try again. So let's select the pill light, hit triangle and square at the same time, copy the locker, and hit wire and place at the same time. And then of course move your pill light to create a nice little pallet. But an important heads up, it may be difficult to select the pill light, because if you select the floor, you're going to lose all your work. So if I was you, every so often, I'd go and make a save. Okay, let's make one of those lights with a billboard. It's quite easy really, just remove the floor. Rotate it round so it's facing the correct direction. And scale it up to the right height, but don't go too big because you don't want it clashing into floors and stuff. But once you got one of them the perfect size, all you have to do is copy that one and move it into place. It's also very useful to familiarise yourself with the freighter build area pattern, as you can use that to make sure that everything is perfectly distanced. For the billboard, once you've got one the perfect size, and you come back to it a bit later on, you can use that one to scale up a new one. Then when you've got the right size, you can line it up to the hook that sticks out in that light. And finally, to push some light onto the billboard, use those table lights, turn off snap, do a bit of rotating. Once you're done, copy the floor back, and if you wish, change the colour at the end. For the other style of billboard stroke lights, we'll need to open the floor a little bit more. Select the lamppost again. Rotate it and scale it up, but make sure it's not too big. Once you've got it to the right size, get a good camera position so you can use the pattern on the floor to measure things out. And this time it's really important because you want them to line up perfectly this time. Once that's done, put the floor back. Select a large storage container. If you don't have a large storage container, anything you can use to build up a brick at the back, as you're only using this as a surface. so you can scale up another flat panel and create another billboard. Line it up with those two metal bits sticking out. And finally, lighten the thing up with 4 table lamps. If you've done the latest expedition, you should have the data display unit, and like everything else, we remove the floor and we scale it up, put it in position. But if it's too close to your central display, don't be scared to move it. Okay, next on the list, the plant bed. We're going to place some blooms first to get that light. Then we're going to select the frozen planter and scale it up not only to hide the blooms but also to fill the space. The more blooms you use, the more light you're going to push out. Of course, you don't have to use the bloom, you can also use the aquatic crystal. But what you do need to do is fill in that space with the frozen planter. Once that space is filled up, before we fill it up with plants, scale up a locker like I'm doing now. Once the locker's in place, select the screen, find the rotation and try and get it as flat as you can. Once you've done that, you can change the rotation and rotate it round. And of course, scale it up. Of course, you repeat that for the other side of the stairs, trying to make sure it matches the other side. And then carefully delete the lockers. Now you're free to put those plants in place. This will take 3 minutes, which you're free to watch, or you can always jump ahead, I don't mind. Okay, that's that lovely plant area done, and they look, yeah, both look quite good. So let's move on to that freestanding illuminated sign. First thing you want to do is select a locker and scale it up like I am, using the pattern on the floor to get the right position. Once the locker's in place, select the sign, then rotate it round and scale it up. And once it's in place, you can carefully delete the locker. Next, I'm going to put some awning up. Scale, offset it a bit. Once the awning's in place, what you want to do is select the wall light. And you can carefully place them in the corners like I'm doing right now, because every little bit of light helps, especially with Freighter's being so dark and in space. And finally, recolour the awnings. Okay, it's back to the pill lights from earlier. I'll just select this green light and put it in that corner. Now as you can see, the glare from it is quite strong. So if we select a half-size pill light, we can hide it in the floor here. The glare from it isn't overwhelming, but you still get that bleed of the colour. It's always worth mixing up the colours, getting different effects. You can also hide them underneath things like the walkway, behind the metal struts, and it gives you the colour without the glare. And don't forget to mix those colours up as well. And the end result isn't too bad, is it? Okay, a solution to the fact that the hanging flags are a little bit too dark. First of all, select a lab lamp and put it on the wall like I am right now. Select a light, place it in the centre of the lab lamp. Delete the lab lamps. Now you can select your hanging flag, turn off snap to green state it, but scale it up for now. Turn snap on and off so you can see through it, so you can see where the lamp is. Once you're happy with the position, place it. And that'll push some light onto those little hanging flags. Right, upstairs, let's make that luxury bathroom in the quarters. I'm using the locker to transfer the colours you don't normally get for the rooms. Okay, the bathroom's grey and black, the colour I want. If you don't know how to do that, it's in my previous video, I'll put a link now. Okay, we've got the worktops selected, let's place them carefully against that wall, no need to scale them. Repeat that process for the other side. I'm going to transfer the grey and black onto the stone trough. Take your time, scaling it up, making sure that bit of the room is sticking through like it is. Use the pattern on the floor to make sure it's all lined up perfectly. While I'm here, I'll recolour those units. And I'll delete that one there. Select a side panel, rotate it round. Making sure it's all nice and straight, as that's going to be the back of the system for the toilet. The middle one on the other side, delete it for now. Copy a worktop, reduce it in size. Now you can select two light tables, shrink them down, and they will make perfect sinks. Once they're in place, you can delete that small worktop, then reinstate the original worktop. Because we'll have to use two white flat panels as mirrors. I wish there was mirrors in this game. Once the mirror's in place, select a vintage tap. Place one between the two sinks, and place two in the bath. Okay, the final piece, the bog. Select the lab lamp, rotate it round, upside down, shrink it down until you think it's the right size, and push it slightly into the system, create that nice bog feel. And finally, make sure it's the right colour. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, hit that like and subscribe button, or on the bell thingy. And of course, thank you for watching. See you all later.